What's good, YouTube? Akil here, back with another video, and today I'm going to share some of my favorite sales from these past couple of days. I actually made a sale just a few hours ago, so I'll share that with you guys as well. So if you guys are interested in these kind of what so videos, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it. Alright y'all, so first up we got this jacket from the brand Michael Kors, and this one was actually a part of that wholesale order from Honcho Wholesale. But this particular lot was a bunch of men's clothing, blazers, and suits that came from Macy's. So a lot of those items, like I said, brand new with tags. Some sold a lot faster than others, but as I told you guys in that video, a lot of those items are going to take some time to sell. So this blazer finally did sell, and it was actually surprising because I haven't been selling a lot of blazers and like just overall menswear right now, mainly because, you know, a lot of men are working from home, so they're not necessarily getting dressed up for work. So this is a nice surprising sale. It sold for 40 bucks plus shipping. I usually don't accept offers on any of my items, but this particular item, comps were kind of all over the place. I seen brand new stuff selling for like 30 bucks and as high as like 50 and 60. So I just kind of priced mine somewhere in the middle, made sure I charged for shipping, and it sold for 40 bucks plus $9 shipping, and I was definitely glad about that. Next up, I got a pair of shorts from Lululemon. I picked these up from the thrift store for like $8.99. Clearly always priced Lululemon on the higher end, so I was kind of wary about spending that much money in the thrift, but it is what it is. I knew this would sell for at least 40 bucks, and I priced it for $45, and it was a size XL, and this one sold today. As soon as I listed it, it sold. So very quick sale. Glad about that. I probably should have even listed it for a little more because I listed it this morning and it sold the same day. So it is what it is. Next time around, if I find Lululemon shorts in a size XXL, I'll make sure I price it on the higher end. But I'm just glad that it sold as fast as it did because, you know, quick profits, quick turnaround. Can't really complain about that. Next up, we got a pair of Nike Air Max 270s for women, and this is in like a dope South Beach colorway. I picked these up from Ross for 50 bucks maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe a little longer than that. I can't even remember at this point, but I picked them up a little while ago, and I had them listed for 120 at first, and I had some watchers on there, but it just sat for a little longer than I was expecting, so I dropped it by 10 bucks, and as soon as I dropped the price, one of those watches actually went ahead and picked it up. So definitely glad about this sale, and since it was in a size 7, I was able to fit this in a padded flat rate envelope with no problem. Next up, we got a pair of golf shoes, and golf shoes are definitely still selling really well for me. So drop a comment if you guys are also selling golf shoes right now. Let me know which ones you guys are selling, how much you're selling them for, because I know golf shoes right now are definitely still very hot. But like I said, these Nike React Vapor 2s was kind of different. I've sold several pairs of these, but because they had that camo to it, the value on these were way more. And I think I picked these up for 25 bucks from Ross, and they sat for just about 2 months. I finally was able to sell these for 115. So even though I did have to be patient and wait a little while, I was still able to maximize on the profit. And I always tell you guys, especially if you're doing retail arbitrage like myself, the key is just to be patient. Wait until some of those floods go away where people kind of do that race to the bottom, and as long as you're patient, you'll be able to maximize on your profit. Next up is a pair of Reeboks that I also got from Ross, and I picked these up for 25 bucks. Now, I don't always pick up Reeboks. I just recently started picking up more Reeboks from places like Marshall's, only because they're brand new in box and I'm getting them for really good deals. But this pair in particular, the leather quality on here was amazing. So as soon as I saw it, I knew it had some value to them. I couldn't find any actual sold listings on eBay, and I know a lot of people always ask me that if I'm searching the comps on eBay and if I don't see any solds, do I still pick it up? And it always depends on the shoes. This particular shoe, I just wanted to take a chance on it because just by the leather quality and the fact that it was a collaboration, the brand was called Raised by Wolves, and they did that collab with Reebok. I just figured they would have some more value to those shoes, so I just priced them for $89.99. For all I know, they might be worth a lot more. They might have been a little less, but at the same time, they did sell, and they were actually sold overseas. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be going to somebody, maybe a Reebok collector, maybe somebody that's a huge fan of just that brand, Raised by Wolves. Who knows? But sometimes you just got to take small risks, trust your gut, and do stuff like that every once in a while within this business. And this particular time paid off perfect. Next up, we got a Nintendo Wii that sold for $79.99. This one had everything that you would need. And the funny thing is, when I actually purchased this from the thrift store for 20 bucks, it was missing the AV cable. So I had it sitting for a little while, and I kept just going to different thrift stores, and I finally did find just the AV cable by itself for $1. So I was able to just add that to the lot. That way it would be a complete set. And I realized anytime I'm selling weaves, if it's complete, I usually sell it a lot faster for a good amount of money. And if it's missing, say, a cord or the sensor bar or a controller, usually that kills the overall profit margins on selling weaves. So for me, even if I find them and I have to build it up slowly, I'd rather do that than trying to sell it if it's not complete. So definitely keep that in mind. That'll help you sell some of these Nintendo products a little faster. But overall, this one sold the same day that I listed it. I think I listed this last night, and it sold shortly after my live show. So make sure you guys tune into my live shows every Thursday, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Yesterday I did the live show for about an hour and a half, really solid live show. I'll make sure I throw some clips on here later on in the week so you guys can check some of that out. But thanks again to everybody that dropped some super chats and just, supports the channel, because that was definitely well appreciated. Next up, we got a pair of these Nike Air Force ones, and these are the SF ones, and I usually always find these in Burlington or Ross, but when I do find them, they're usually missing the strap. So this particular pair, I did have both straps, so I was very glad about this one. I think I spent $56.99 on this pair, so spent a little more than I was accustomed to, but it sold for $110, so still a decent amount of profit made on this. I'm just glad that it sold, and it was a size 11.5. And I used to tell people 11.5 was a tougher sale, but I no longer believe that. I think size 11.5 is just as popular, just as good of a size as any other size. So for me, as long as it's between like a size 8 and a size 14, I usually will pick it up. Once we start getting into those larger sizes, it get kind of tricky. And last but certainly not least, we got this Bell Staff motorcycle jacket. I actually just picked this up from the thrift earlier this week. I believe it was either Sunday or Monday that I found this jacket in the thrift store. Paid $8.99 for it, and it sold for $2.99. Now I tell you guys all the time, I don't usually go to thrift stores anymore, only because the ones in my area, they're just too expensive, especially Goodwill and Savers. But sometimes the good thing about going to thrift stores is that you can just find those home runs, and I don't find a ton of home runs. Usually a lot of my thrift store finds are just like average sale prices, like maybe 30-40 bucks, but this one is definitely a home run. I was actually even apprehensive in terms of listing this because I wanted it for myself, but after checking the comps on some of these Bell Staff jackets, I was seeing these jackets were selling for like $300, $400, $500 bucks, especially if they were brand new. So I said, what the hell, let me list it on the higher end for $2.99, and I'll charge for shipping. And it sold after a couple of days of it being listed. So I'm definitely very happy about this sale. Glad I was able to find something dope from the thrift store. I'm going to try to do some more in-store thrifting videos for you guys, because I know a lot of people do like those, so definitely be on the lookout for that. But like I said, Bell Staff, one of the best brands to be on the lookout for, especially if you guys are looking for motorcycle jackets and stuff like that. Alright y'all, that's all I got for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed that one, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Cause you felt like you was losing, only for the winner. Move just to keep from cooling, like only for the winner, only for the winner, only for the winner. Boy, my heart is cold, and I'm too cool to sweat it. I should've never offered it. I'm